don't know about you, but I want my life to count for something. I would submit to you that nothing lets us make a difference in the lives of other people. Nothing gives us a better picture of what's going on in our lives spiritually. Nothing helps me imitate Christ more clearly than serving does. Serving is better than sitting because it gives us a way to do all of those things. And so my question to you is, what is your serving like? What's it look like? Just do something for me if you would. Grab that gold card that I mentioned. If you're in the room, just grab the one off the seat or one there's in the seat backs in front of you. You can see them there. If you want, you can find it on the app on your phone. But just grab that gold card that I mentioned to you earlier in the morning. Every 2 years, I mentioned to you, we go through this process of just asking ourselves, what steps should we be taking over the next 2 years as Christ followers? So last week, we talked about discipleship. This week, we're talking about serving. So look at your gold card and then just zoom in to that center kind of column there. That's that serve column. And you see, as you look up that little stalk a week, you see all kinds of steps that you can take in your serving. Maybe you're brand new to church. Maybe you're brand new to Christ, whatever that may be. And so for you, that very first step is to just join Team Celebration. You can do that today. You can go onto your app on your phone. You can walk over to the Roomtree Cafe, whatever it might be, and you can sign up with Team Celebration and just get that process of serving started. We require all of our volunteers to go through a background check and all of that. You can kick off all of that right now, okay? But maybe that's your first step. Maybe, as you heard Libby in the video earlier today, your first step is going to be to serve in an event. You know, that's just an easy way to get in. And this fall, for example, we've got the car show coming up. It might be that you want to begin to serve just by serving at an event. Great. Indicate that on that gold card, okay? Maybe it's something more than that. You know, if I were to take a microphone right now and just go around the room and I were to ask you all, what's the most important thing in the life of the church? And I handed you the mic. Somebody would say, hey, David, the most important thing in the life of the church has got to be the children's ministry. I mean, if we're going to capture those young families, we've got to make sure we take care of their kids. That person could then hand the microphone to somebody else, and they would say, hey, the most important thing is student ministry. I mean, if we don't hang on to our youth, we've got real problems. We'll lose the next generation. Then they hand the mic to the next person. They say, well, if we really want to show Christ, the most important thing is that we feed the hungry and take care of the needy right here in Tallahassee. I mean, if we're not doing that, what are we thinking, right? Hand the mic to somebody else, and they might say, well, David, if you've read the Bible, then you would know that the most important thing is the Great Commission, and it's to take the gospel to the unreached, to the ends of the earth. That's the most important thing. Which one of them would be right? All of them. So as you look at your gold card, if your passion, your burn is, man, we got to take care of the kids. We got to serve the students. We got to lead the groups. Then maybe for you, the right step is to say, I'm going to serve each week in one of those areas of passion here at Celebration. If for you, it's, man, we got to take care of the hungry and the needy that we see every day, then maybe for you, the right thing to do is say, I'm going to serve in local missions. If you're an ends of the earth kind of person, then maybe that next step is going somewhere overseas. Maybe that's the next step for you. Maybe as you look at your schedule and at your time, you realize, I've got time. I could be an intern here. I could really kick it up a notch. Or you might be saying, hey, at my season in life, I could be a volunteer staff member. I've got that kind of time I can give to this. The point is this: what's your step? And so over the next 2 weeks, here's what we're asking you to do. We're asking you to look at that card. We're asking you to engage in prayer. That's what the whole 21 days of prayer is about. If you haven't on-ramped yet, don't worry. It's never too late to do a good thing, all right? Go ahead and just on-ramp now. Go through the prayer exercise. Listen to the podcast. Talk about it with your family. And then on May 2nd, that's Goal Sunday. And come prepared with your gold card and be willing to take a step and serve, okay? I love this piece of scripture, Romans 15, verses 1 and 2. And this is from a translation called The Message. I just like the way it turns a phrase here. Listen to it. Those of us who are strong and able in the faith need to step in and lend a hand to those who falter, and not just do what is most convenient for us. Strength is for service, not for status. Each one of us needs to look after the good of the people around us, asking ourselves, how can I help? Wow, I love that. I love that, don't you? Imagine what happens if that becomes our church, if that's what we're like, if we're those people who say, man, I get it. Serving is better than sitting. And I want to imitate Christ in that way. I want to see clearly my faith and work at work in that way. And I want to make sure that I'm having an impact on those around me.